Can you hear me? Hello, can you still hear me? We're going to be focusing on Microsoft BI. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you so much. Okay, today we're going to be focusing on Microsoft BI. And before I call upon our guest speaker for today, I'm going to do well to remind you to follow us on Instagram at Resolytics. Okay. And then for the YouTube channel we talked about yesterday, everybody's going to be getting a link via their mails. You're going to get a mail with a link to how you can get the record of each of the classes. Okay, the one for yesterday is ready already, but we agreed to share this on like after the third day. Okay, so I know that the question is going to come up a lot. So be rest assured that these sessions are recorded and then they are going to be shared at the end of um, the whole program put together. So this is sponsored by Resolytics, and then I'm going to tell you I'm going to share a little information about Resolytics with you. Okay, so Resolytics is a company. I hope you can still hear me. Resolytics is a business development company, okay, that leverages on data-centric solutions to solve business problems, involved in the entire life cycle of companies' data, and also involved in training and retraining of staffs and persons who are interested in learning about data management, data science, artificial intelligence, and the rest. So, why do you think you should keep on learning about data analysis? Because some persons are confused. Okay, I'm going to give you a few reasons why you should keep on learning about data analytics because you never stop learning. Okay, analytics is so important because it is the new data analytics is a new gold. I call it the new gold. Mr. Chukutem calls it the new oil. Okay, I call it the new gold to my friends who are interested in this. The guest speaker for yesterday called it the new oil. I'm like, wow, okay, this is similar. Okay, data analytics is the new future. Very soon, you wouldn't need physical persons to do certain things. This was how cash points money exchange died when the ATM machine came. You understand? Formerly, prior to when ATM machines came about, we needed to go queue up to get money and all that. ATM machine came, and then there was no need for all of those stress. In fact, people rather use the POS than go to the bank. So that is how data analysis is right now. People rather go through certain processes than another process. So people rather have data analysts, analyze their data, work virtually because it's now with even the virus flying all around the air. In fact, you notice the weather is so bad right now. You're going to realize that virtual remote working is now taking a big time stand in Nigeria as well. This used to just be a story we heard about first world countries. But right now, even in Nigeria, we have a lot of virtual persons who are working, persons working virtually, persons who do not have to go to the office, physical persons who don't have to, have physical office spaces to get money and to get work done, real work done. So these are little um, reasons you should learn data analytics. Okay, it is the future. It's a new innovation. It cuts cost of operations. It helps solve problems. Okay, it is solution oriented, and then it anchors your digital marketing strategy. Okay, so we have like 4 more minutes to go. You're going to see my face again at around 8:30. By 8:30 yesterday, I couldn't even come on board 8:30 because the class got so interesting and so engaging. So say 8:30, 8:45, you're going to see my face again for questions and answers. So I would really appreciate if we do not have a lot of persons interrupting. Also, if you've not joined the WhatsApp group already, kindly do that. If you've not joined the Telegram group already, kindly do that. These groups were created. Someone asked a question saying we're moving you all around. No, we're not. these groups are so important, especially for follow-up, so we do not lose out on anybody. If you cannot access Telegram, most persons can access WhatsApp. If you cannot access WhatsApp, most persons, in fact, I think not everybody do, about 90% of persons on planet Earth can access their mails. So make sure you're communicating with us one way or the other if you're really interested in advancing your knowledge on data analysis. All right. So the Microsoft Power Platform, I can see here, Power BI, Power Apps, and all of that. Okay, so today we're going to be measuring on Power BI, and I'm going to introduce to you again our wonderful guest for today is going to be taking us on Power BI. I'm going to be introducing to you Mr. Chukwutem Osai. Okay, so do well to do not lose focus. Yes, don't lose focus. Do well to stay true to this class till the end. I know that nothing good comes easy. It may get boring along the line. It may get like this is so tasking and all of that. Stay true, focus, because this is like the basics. In fact, even at yesterday, when it was like 8 p.m. already, I was already feeling some type of way, but I just kept my focus straight up. I had to learn something. And it is not enough to learn. It is not enough to learn. It only is enough when you go back to practice, when you go back to put what you've learned into practice. I hope I'm not bombarding you with so much information. Pardon me, please. But I had just 10 minutes to do this, so I have 2 minutes more. So as I was saying, it is not enough to learn. It is only enough when you go back to put all of these practices, all of these learnings to practice. And then most importantly, after all of these lessons you've put to practice, you need to have a mentor or a guide to follow through with you, which is where Resolytics come in handy. All right. So, Mr. Chukutem, you have the floor right now. I know we do not have a physical stage, as I always say. This is a virtual stage, so I'm going to welcoming you on stage right now as I descend the virtual stage. So, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you on board again today.
Thank you, Sandra.
Hello, Mr. Chukutem, are you with us? Hello, Mr. Chukutem, are you still with us? Hello, Mr. Harry. Mr. Harrison, are you online?
Yeah, yeah, Sandra. What's up? I think he's having network issue.
Oh,
Come to your private chat.
okay. So while we await Mr. Chukutem, so that we do not leave any minutes on turn. Okay, I'm going to get to know a few of you, so I'm going to be unmuting one or two persons to share their real life experiences. Okay, so for yesterday, during the last session, we're supposed to have like 15 minutes to share real life experiences and real life challenges in regards data analysis. Okay, but we couldn't do that because the class yesterday was encompassing and knowledge, compounding. So we couldn't do any of that. So I think we will do this now until Mr. Chukutem come back on board with us. So if you know you have any real life experiences to share with us in regards how important data analysis has been of help to you, you can share with me. I'll go first so that every other person can feel comfortable to go to do theirs. Okay. So IT is definitely not for the weak. Okay. Tech is really not for the weak. You need to be passionate. You need to be, driven to want to do this for a long time. It pays off a whole lot of bills. I'm going to be truthful with you, but it doesn't come in easy, but it's always worth it at the end of the day, right? So I am not a full-time tech person, but I work with a lot of personnel. Okay, so I told you, I shared one experience with you yesterday about how we employ data analysts, and they are the only set of employees we have that get paid per week. Because normally we have field staffs, we have executive staffs and all of that, and most times they pay them per month. Okay, even contract staffs get paid maybe per quarter of the year, per 3 months. But for data analysts, I tell you the truth, I kid you not, we were forced to come to an agreement to pay them per week. We were even having back and forth about paying them per day, but then we couldn't do that. So we had to stick with paying them. So if you're a data analyst and you stay true to this and you learn the cost, it's going to pay off so well at the end of the day. Another experience I had with data analyst. So I had a whole lot of data to treat at a particular time. And then no matter how good you are with Excel, if you're not a data analyst, you're not a data analyst. If data analysts are not that important, then I don't think we will go through the struggle of learning this. Okay. So data analytics is so important because not everybody can stay true to the course to learn it from the beginning to the end. So if you really want to share your experience, real life experience with me, I'll love you to maybe raise your hand so I can unmute you, and then we have one or two persons share their experience before we have Mr. Chukutem back on board with us. Is there anybody trying to share their experience with us? Nobody. Okay. So I'm going to make a confession. I think I see Mr. Chukwute. I'm going to make a confession. So there was one time I wanted to learn as easy as graphic design. Trust me, graphic design is way easier than data analytics, web development, and the rest of that. As beautiful as it is, I really wanted to learn graphic design. Just graphic design. I ran away. I couldn't keep up. I don't know. I still have the drive to learn. It's just that work wouldn't permit me and all of that. So I I'm just saying, I'm making this confession to so that you know that you're not the only person who gets drawn back at things sometimes. Okay, when it comes to tech, I don't want to say it's normal, but if you really want to learn the course, you need to be dedicated. You need to tell yourself, Wakanda this, you need to really, really be true to the course to learn it to the end. So it took me like another set of 2 years to convince myself, inspire myself. It's only you that can inspire myself and beat myself out of the fear of it's so difficult. And I got you to the course. So Mr. Chikutem is back with us. I'm going to be exiting and coming back at 8:30. If the class is so compounding as yesterday, I'm going to come back at 8:45 to take the floor again from him. So thank you so much, Mr. Chikute. I'm going to have you on board today again. So you'll have the stage to yourself, the virtual stage to yourself.
All right, thank you, Sandra, for that section. I sorry for that. I had a little inch on my network, but thank God I'm back. So today we'll be looking at data analytics, but this time around we'll be looking at it from the angle of Power BI. Please, I want to confirm. Please confirm that you can hear me, and also confirm that you can see my screen.
I can
Oh,
hear
yes,
you
I
and
can
I can
see
see
you.
your screen.
Okay, so that's great. So right now we We are starting, and let me just take us through some introduction about Power BI, because that will be the tool we'll be considering today. For yesterday, we looked at Microsoft Excel, and then we look at those functions that are within Microsoft Excel, that are those features within Microsoft Excel. Please, someone should help us by reminding us some of those features. We made mention about 4 powers. So please let me,
Power
can
pivot,
anyone, okay,
power
Power
query,
Pivot, Power Query, yes,
power map,
Power Map,
and
Power View.
power view.
Power View. Thank you very, very much. So it means you are actually following. So for a quick one, I will start with the Microsoft Power Platform. Now, this Microsoft Power Platform is a low-code platform whereby you can do a lot of things without writing a single code, and that is where we on the Power Platform we have about of those four of those applications. The first one on the list is Power BI, which we'll be looking at today. The second one is Power Apps, which you can quickly use for application development, whereby within a few minutes or within a few hours, you can develop an application that you can use within your organization without writing any single code. All right. So that is why it is called the low code platform. Also, we have the Power Automate, where processes can be automated in such a way that in such a way that when in such a way that you need some of your business processes to be automated. This is a application that you can use in order to get that done. That is the Power Automate. And then also Power Virtual Agent. Okay, that is the Power Virtual Agent is used for building chatbots, okay, whereby people will interact with it as if they're interacting with a live agent. So, and you can build all this, you can use all this without writing a single code or little or no code. That is why it is called the Microsoft Power Platform. And one of its slogan is low code, more power. Can I hear somebody say that? Low code, more power.
Low code, more
Low
power.
code, more power.
More power. Thank
No
you very
code,
much.
more
So
power.
I love that. I love that. So, and Power BI happens to be one of those applications that is within this low code platform. All right. And these applications, they work with what we call uh, with what we call data connectors. Okay, so for them to work, they must connect to data. And also we also have what we call the AI builder, artificial intelligence builder, in the sense that in the process of trying to build your application, if you add your data, if you connect to a data, automatically it will use the AI algorithm within it in order to build the application, or to build your processes, and also the virtual agent. Now, also there's what we call the common data services. So all these are within the our Microsoft Power Platform. All right, so let me talk a little about understanding self BI. BI simply means business intelligence, okay? And this comes as a result of the fact that so many people, they run their business without without uh, 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 getting getting adequate information from the data that they have pulled out from that business. But when you're able to analyze that data and you get insight from it, that is actually called business intelligence. And here we'll be looking at it from the angle of self-service BI. Okay, back then, like I said yesterday, that so many people that long before now, only professionals have the ability in order to either do data analytics, build mobile applications, automate processes, and also build things like chatbot. Okay, but this platform, they realize that why must I wait for the professionals to come and do it for me, whereby I can actually do this thing myself. And that is where we have what we call the self-service. Okay, we are in the era where so many people can do these things by themselves. So instead of complicating the application, they now make it so simple in the sense that you will be able to use it easily. All right. And what we have here said, self-service BI drives action by providing business decision makers access to the data and tools. Okay, underline the word tools they need to analyze data specific to their questions. All right, and they can quickly they can then quickly report on that analysis and make informed decision to advance the business. So why must I wait for somebody who is very technical in order to analyze my data? Why must I wait for the person? Why don't I do it myself? Why don't I just pick up a data analytics tool like Power BI to solve my problem? And that will now lead us to introduction to Power BI. Power BI is a collection of software, services, applications, and connectors. I repeat, Power BI is a collection of software, services, apps, and connectors. Okay, and that is what we are going to look at this evening. We'll look at it as a software, we'll look at it as a service, we'll also look at it as an application, and then look at those connectors that are within this application called Power BI. Okay, and from the narration I gave yesterday, I said that these four features, okay, these four features were embedded in Microsoft Excel. And ever since it has been in Microsoft Excel, so many people have not been able to leverage on it. Then I said, okay, my Power BI in the year 2015, around July or so, came up with the idea of pulling out these features and make it a standalone program. Okay, make it a standalone application whereby you can, so that everybody can have easy access to it. Unlike in Microsoft Excel, where you need to go to your options, you go to your com add-ins to ensure that you activate these services. But here in Power BI, it has been packed together in order to make it a standalone program for everybody to have access to it. And how does the Power BI works? We have the desktop version, we have the mobile version, we have the web service version, we have the gateway. All right, in case of an organization that have their data on what we call on-premise. Okay, so in order for people not to access that data, we have the gateway that can help in order to secure and protect the data, and at the same time making that data to have access to the web service. Okay, and the web service also will be able to have access to that data for updates. All right, so let us now go further and look at the Power BI ecosystem. Like I said, that the Power BI ecosystem has to do with software as a service, SaaS, and this includes the desktop application, the on-premise services, connectors to make creation of the report and dashboard possible. All right. And then this is how the Power BI ecosystem looks like. Okay. Here we have the Power BI desktop. That is the starting point where you connect, you use the Power BI desktop. And for the Power BI desktop, it is 100% free. You go to their website, you can download it, or you go to the store, or you go to Microsoft Store, you will be able to download it. It is free of charge. You don't pay any money, you don't pay any subscription to use the Power BI desktop. It is the Power BI desktop you use to connect to the to various sources of data. Okay, so Power BI can connect to almost like 250 plus data sources. So just make mention of any data source out there. I am very sure that Power BI will be able to connect to that data source. And when you finish manipulating your data using the Power BI desktop, you will now publish that report to the web service. Okay, you publish to the web service. So, and that is another version of Power BI, which is the web service. In case you have finished your analysis and then you need to present it to someone, okay, you need to present it somewhere and you don't have your system with you where Power BI desktop is being installed, all you just need to go to the web service and then you will be able to access that same report exactly the same way you have it on your Power BI desktop, if only you have published. Okay, and for the Power BI desktop to for the Power BI web service, it can interact with your organization data through the help of the gateways. Okay, the Power BI gateway. So the Power BI gateway will stand as a security between your data, your organization data, and the web. Okay, so that people will not be able to have access to your organization data. And once your data is being once your report is being published to the Power BI service, so what it means is that you can now access it either through your desktop computer, or through your mobile phone. You can connect, or you can have access to that report using your mobile phone or a tablet. Okay, so that is a Power BI ecosystem. From the Power BI desktop, you connect to various data sources, and from there you will be able to publish your report from the desktop, from the Power BI desktop to the Power BI service. From the Power BI service, you can now access using your mobile phone or any device that is connected to the internet. Okay, now let us now look at the building blocks of Power BI. When we talk about building blocks, those things that are important as far as building your report is concerned. Number one, when building your report, you have things like visuals, and also you have your data sets. It's also one of the building blocks. Also, we have reports, okay, and then we have dashboards. Okay, there's difference between a report and a dashboard. A report can be just a single item, while your dashboard can be collection of reports on a single page. Okay, collection of reports on a single page will be your dashboard. But when each of those reports, if each of those story you are willing to tell, okay, each of those story you are willing to tell has to do with the report. But collection of your report together on a single page. Report can be in different pages, but when you talk about dashboards, dashboard is on a single page. All right, and not just being on a single page. Each of those reports should be able to interact with one another. That is, building a report that is interactive. Okay, when you click on a particular report, it will be showing you what is happening in another report. Then when we talk about ties, anytime you build a visual, you'll be referring to that as a what? As a ties. Anything you add on your canvas is referred to as a tie. So all this we will see shortly when we go into the demo. Any questions so far, so that I will quickly attend to that before I launch my Power BI desktop. Any question? Okay. So let me share my screen, and then let's see. Let me launch my Power BI desktop. Okay. So I go to Power BI. Okay. So this is the application, Power BI. So like I said that for the Power BI desktop, you can see free of charge. And for you to get that, the best way for you to is Microsoft Store. Okay. If you click on the Microsoft Store, on the search button, just type Power BI desktop. It will take you straight. Okay. It will take you straight to that application where you can download it to your system. All right. So it's still loading. My Power BI desktop also is still loading. Okay, so let's see. Come on, still loading. All right, so before it loads completely, so like I said that the Power BI desktop, that the Power BI contains the component of Power BI are: number one, the Power BI desktop; number two, the Power BI web service; number three, the Power BI gateway. We have the Power BI mobile. We have the embedded, and a lot like that within the Power BI ecosystem. So this is still loading. I don't know why it's taking this long. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Let me close the store since the store is not loading for now. Okay. Still loading. All right. So this is the Power BI welcome screen. So when you launch your Power BI, you are going to see this welcome screen. Okay. So let me just talk a little about the welcome screen. By the side here, you will see get data. You see the recent documents that the recent report that I've worked on. And then here you can see different tutorials that you can actually leverage on. And by the left-hand side here, we also have the anytime that there is a new update, you will see it here on what is new. Okay, like I said that Power BI is being updated every month. So what it means is that right from 2015 up till now, every single month Power BI is receiving its update. Also, we have forums, okay, that you can visit in order to interact with people in the community. And also we have the Power BI blog, where you can also get latest news. And if you are the type that are interested in tutorials, just come to this point, click on it, and you will see a lot of tutorials as far as Power BI is concerned. So I'm taking off this screen. I'm taking it off. So this is the Power BI interface, okay, the Power BI desktop interface. Now, before we go further, it is good you always know the version of Power BI you are running. Okay, just like we did yesterday for Microsoft Excel, whereby we said that Microsoft Excel is being updated every three years. Okay, but for Power BI is being updated every month. So let me just quickly check on the version of Power BI I'm running. So while I'm here on the tab, I will go to help. Okay, on the help tab, Then I will now go to about. All right. So when I click on about, it's going to show me the version I'm running. Can you see that? The version I'm running presently is the November 2021 version. And I bet you that the 20 that that very soon the December version will be out. So yeah, I'm running the November version. Okay, so I'm closing this right now. So back to the Power BI
The
interface.
2021 version is out already. Sorry.
Okay, all right. So thanks for that information. So right now, let me just talk a little about this the interface. Right here at the top here, we have the tabs. We have the file, home, insert, modeling, view, and help. So those are the tabs. While we have the ribbon where we have the groups and then the commands. Okay, we have the clipboard group, we have the data group, we have the queries group, insert, calculation, sensitivity, and share. So also we have in different tabs. So that is how you navigate. Now by the extreme left hand side here, we have if you hover around it, you have reports, and then here we have the data. Okay, so and then the third one here is the model. So if you are working on those are the three different views. Okay, so if you are building your report, you stay on report. If you want to look at how your data looks like in a table, you click on data, and then and it's because I don't have any data loaded yet, that's why you see it blank. And then if you need to do your modeling, you have to come to the model where you create relationship, create hierarchy, create do your data categorization and a lot. Okay, so let's go back to the report. Now back to the extreme right. Here you have the fields. Anytime you load your data, this is where you see your fields. And then here are the different visuals, okay, that you can use to tell your story. Okay, so those are the different visuals that you use in telling your stories. Okay, so you choose the most appropriate one that you can that can best represent your story. Okay, that you can easily explain or narrate. So by the time we go on, you will see understand this the more. All right. So beneath here we have pages. We have page. Okay, you can do a lot here under the page. You can duplicate, you can rename your page, you can delete, you can create more pages by clicking on new, just the same way you create new sheets in Microsoft Excel. You can also create a new pages here for your report. Just the same way yesterday we worked on Microsoft Excel, we talked about the starting point of you working as a data analyst is to get your data. Okay, that is the starting point. And there are three ways or three different points here by which you can get your data from Power BI. Like I said, Power BI can connect to as many sources as possible, up to like 250. All right, so we will see that here. And you can get data from any of these sources. You can click here direct to get your data from Excel. You can import your data, get your data from SQL Server. You can get your data from a blank table, and then you can even try a data sample. Also, that is the first place you can use your get data. You can also get your data from this from the home button, from the home tab. You come to the data group, and then you get data. Okay, so these are the different data sources. Or you come to your file, under file, you come to get data. So whichever one that is faster for you, or whichever one you can remember, or whichever one which is convenient for you, please ensure that you use. Okay, But I would like to go through this, get data. Here are the different data sources that Power BI can connect to. And if you don't see the data source here, please come to more. Okay, come to more. So under more, it will display a lot of data sources that you can actually connect to using your Power BI desktop. So let's wait, it's still loading, trying to bring up those data sources that we will get data from. And the data I'll be working with this evening, I will on the I will drop it on the charts here on the charts. Let me bring it up. I will drop it here on the chat. Okay. I will drop it here on the chat, whereby we can have access. We can have access to it, every one of us. So let us go on. Now look at these are the different data sources that Power BI can actually connect to. Just think of it. Any of those data source out there, and if the data source you are looking for is not does not fall between this list, please just come to blank query. This will quickly ask you for the connecting strings, okay, those credentials. It will ask of it, and then once you put it, it will drag it, it will connect to that data source. But for today, the data source I'll be working with is the Microsoft Excel. So I'm clicking on the Excel workbook, and then here I click on connect. Okay. Now it's immediately I click on connect, it will ask me the location where that file is. So my file is on the desktop. Okay, and it is on the where are you? I'm looking for data set. Okay, it's inside data set, and I'm picking on the module 7 electronic sales. Okay, so let me just quickly drop this data set for the sake of those that will want to go alongside with me. So let me quickly drop this on the chat on the chat on the meeting chat, so that we can have access to it. Okay, where are you? Data sets, where are you? This is tough. Okay, this data set. Okay, I'm dropping this on the meeting chat. Send. So please confirm that you can have access to the meeting chat, and then the data set that I have dropped there on the meeting chat. Please confirm. So I've dropped it so that for the sake of those that are interested in working alongside with me. Now so on that Excel file,
So, hello, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry to cut you, sir.
Okay.
For some of us that is using the mobile version of Microsoft Teams, the chat functionalities is not really showing. So is there a way you could put this on the WhatsApp group or Telegram?
Okay, I will do that. Okay, let me see if I can drop that on the WhatsApp group right now. Let me see. Okay, I'm dropping it on the WhatsApp group. So please confirm that you have seen it. I've dropped it on the WhatsApp group because I really want us to follow so that we'll be able to get the power, the reason why they call it Power BI, Power Business Intelligence. So I've dropped that on the WhatsApp group. So now the starting point of a data analyst, like I said, is to get data. A data analyst cannot do anything without data. So for you to make for you to be able to work, you have to connect. You have to have access to have access to data. I could remember there's an organization that we want to analyze their data. They say that no, we don't want you to go away with our data. Yes, but for us to analyze the data, we must have access to it. Okay, so you must be able to have access to any data before you can be able to perform any data, any analysis on it. So for me to preview, I will select one out of this. Okay, so this is just showing me a preview of the a preview of the table that I'm having within the data set. Okay, so if that's what I want, here we have load, here we have transformer, here we have cancel. So let me quickly explain these three. All right, so there is a technical term that is being used by data analysts. It is called the ETL. I repeat, ETL. E stands for stands for extract, T stands for transform, while L stands for load. Okay, so extracting means that you connect to the data source just the way I've connected now. So I'm extracting the data. Now that I've extracted the data, what do I want to do? I may need to transform. And why must I transform my data? Transforming my data means that I want to shaping my data in such a way that it will be suitable for analysis. Let's take, for example, you have a data set, and on that data set, there is a particular column on that data set that is talking about gender. And why they are collecting the gender, they only say M and F. Okay, M stand for male, F stand for female. But in your analysis, why leaving it as M or F? Why don't just change the M to male and then you change the F to female? And the only way you can do that, it is through your transformation. Okay, so that process of you trying to shape your data in such a way that it will be suitable for analysis is called what? Transformation. All right, and then when you are done with your transformation, then you now load. Okay, so I will want to transform my data right away. I wouldn't want to load because there are some transformation that I may need to do. Okay, so that brings us to the T part of our ETL, which is the extract, and we are in the transform. We are in the transform part of it. And then the ETL tool for Power BI is called Power Query. Can you see that? It's showing us. It has taken us to the Power Query editor. Okay, just the same thing, just the same way we did in Microsoft Excel yesterday, whereby we connect to the data source using the Power Query. Okay, the same thing also we are being redirected here to the query editor. Okay, so under the query editor, when you are using the query editor, you don't use anything that has to your Control Z does not work here. So for every single step you take, by the left hand side here, I hope you can see this. By the left hand side here, you see applied steps. Okay, so for every single thing you do here, you will see the step here. So if you must go back to any step, you have to close the step in order to go back to it. All right, so from the step here is telling us that I went to the source of the data. From the source of the data, after connecting to the source of the data, I was able to navigate through, okay, to get this data that we're having. But I will want to remove these promoted headers, and then let me remove these two steps, change type, and promote how it works. Now, if you are looking at my data set right now, you will see that at the top here is showing me column 1, column 2, 3, and the rest. Instead of giving me order ID as the header, order date as the header. So what it means is that I have to move this first column, this first row to the header. And how do I do that? Look at this button very close to the to the column here. Okay, that is at the edge here. If I drop it down, I will see use first row as header. If I don't want to use this, I can as well come to the home tab. Under the home tab, I will come to the transform. Okay, under the transform, I will see use first row as header. I can use any of these two options. I want to use the first row as header. So if I click on it, it will automatically promote this from the first row to become the header. And that is how we have this. Okay, and automatically it has done what we call the data type. Data type is for you to change a data type. You come to this point here. When you drop it down, these are the different data type. Okay, all right. So this is only telling you the kind of data you are working with. All right. So here, this one is telling me that 123 here means whole number. Here is telling me is showing me that this column is representing date. Here is telling me that this is representing unit cost. So for the unit costs, let me open it up. I will want to, since this has to do with currency, I will want to use the fixed decimal number. Okay, so that it replace current, so that it will be in 2 decimal places. I would like to do that for these other ones as well. Fixed decimal, I'm changing the data type, replace current. Okay, so here we have the order quantity. Yes, the order quantity can only be on the other quantity can only be a whole number, which is what we're having. Here we're having channel. Here we have promotion name, product name. We have this product subcategory, product category, and then we have the state, we have the zone, and okay, that's all for now. All right. So before I will do any other further cleaning, I will want to quickly open this data set so that we will be able to understand it, because before you can work on any data set, it is good that you have a understanding of data within the data set. So let me open it up. ID. So what the other ID means, an identification for the order placed. That is all about a company, an electronic company. Okay. So this is the order date, the date that this order is being placed, and then this is the unit cost, the cost of selling one of the products. And here, this is the price of selling one of each product. And here is the order quantity, the number of quantity that the number of quantity that the customer ordered for. And here, this is the channel through which the sales is being made. Okay, here we have store, we have online, and some other ones. Let me drop it down to see. Okay, we have catalog, online, reseller, and store. Okay, so those are the channels. Here we have the promotion name. We have the promotion name. Okay, so the promotion name
Hello,
is
sorry.
the type of
Just turning.
yes.
Hello. Hello, please. When you mentioned about
Yeah.
the unit cost and price, are you saying
Okay.
it's a multiplication of product of 9 and 76? I don't know, because price and unit cost. I just want to put some clarity to that.
No. Okay. Okay. Let me put a clarity. I want to sell a bottled water. Okay. The cost of selling the bottled water, okay, is what we call the unit cost. The price that is what we call the price. The number of bottled water that is being purchased, and this is it. So it means that if we must know the sales, it means that it will be the number of order quantity multiplied by the price. I hope that is clear.
multiply by the unit cost. That will give us a price. That's the way I think. Okay.
No. The unit cost, okay? The unit cost is the cost of selling, okay? The cost of selling that bottled water, okay? All right. So let's say, for example, maybe before selling the bottled water, there is transportation cost, there is production cost. All right. So those costs that I incur before selling that product is what we call the unit
Oh,
cost.
okay. That's clear. Very clear.
Aha.
Okay.
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 So
Thanks. Yeah.
so what it means is that if I must know my sales, it means that I will now multiply my price by the number of quantity that the person purchased. Okay, so for this customer, the customer purchased 9 quantity at the price of 304 each. Okay, so it will now be 304 multiplied by 9. That will now give me the that will give me the sales. Okay,
Amount. Yeah.
exactly. That would give me the amount, the sales. Okay, the revenue
Thank you.
that is being
Thank
generated
you.
on that particular. Okay, so for the channel, we also have these are the channels through which this sales is being made. Okay, and then we have the promotion. During the process of selling this product, there are promotion that happened during that period, and that is what we are seeing here right now. And also we have the product name, okay, and then we have the product subcategory. Here we have the product category, then we have the states that product, and then and then the zone where that state is located. So in this kind of data, you must understand the kind of report you want to pull out. Okay, someone may want to say, okay, I want to know the channel that is giving us more sale. Some persons may say, okay, I want to know the year. Okay, I want to see my sales according to the years. Okay, some will tell you, okay, which promotion is actually giving us that is that we actually made the highest sales. Some person might say, okay, I want to see the total sales. All right, so all these that I'm mentioning has to do with report that we can pull out from this data set that we are having. Now back to our power query. Okay, back to our power query. Now, let us do some cleaning. I think for the order ID, anything that is unnecessary for us, okay, it will reduce the amount of time that Power BI will load the data, okay, or to in order to optimize your report, you can remove some. The other ID, I mean, I don't need it in my analysis, so I will want to right click and then say remove. All right, so all this I'm doing now is also part of the transformation process. I will say, okay, let me look at other thing. All right, so for the channel, okay, somebody look at it and say, no, we don't like the name store, we want to use other name like supermarket. Okay, let's say the channel at which we sold this was supermarket, but as at the time the data was collected, it is being mentioned as store. So to replace all the stores with supermarket, how do we do that? You right click on the channel. Okay, while you right click on the channel, these are the transformations you can do. All these that you are seeing here are different transformations that you can actually carry out on your data on that particular column. So as I right click, somebody should tell me, look through this and show me which one will be best for me to use in order to transform this data according to what I've said. I want to replace every store with supermarket. So somebody should help me with the one I should use among the list of transformational tools that we have here?
Replace values.
Okay, replace values. So replace values will do us good. So let me click on replace values. So when you click on replace values, it will pop up a dialog box. Okay, so where you so it's asking me, what do I want to replace? Which value to find? Please find for me store. Find store for me, and then replace all stores with what? Supermarket. Can you see that? So once you have done that, you click on OK. Automatically, it will replace every store there to the supermarket within the within that column. All right. So let us go ahead and see if there are other things that we may want to work with here. Okay, I think we are good. All right. Now, another thing that I will want us to calculate now is, if you look at this, we have the unit price, and then we have the other quantity, but we don't have the sales. In order for us to get a column for the sales, calculate the column for the sales. To do that, I will come to my tab here. Look at this. It says add column. Okay, I will come to the add column tab. Under the add column tab, the second button there is called custom column. Okay, you can have a column from examples. You can have custom column. You can invoke a custom function. But what I want is the custom column. So I will click on the custom column. Okay, so I will want to call the custom column sales. Okay, and then for me to calculate my sales, like I said before, that sales, the calculation for sales is your unit price multiplied by your order quantity. So for me to do that, look at my available columns here. So I will come to the price. Once I click on the price, I will use insert to insert it in. Can you see that? And multiply is asterisk. That is a representation for multiply. So I will bring in that operator called asterisk, which is standing at multiply. Then I will now click on the order quantity and then click on insert. Okay. So once I've done that, automatically I click on OK. Power BI will calculate the sales for me. Okay. I will want to change the data. I want to change the data. I want to change the data type to to fixed decimal, so that we can be able to do a lot of calculations with a lot of calculation. All right, so while so this is it, and then we can now move this. We can now move this to the extreme left here. Okay, we can now move it to the left so that it can stay somewhere here. All right, so we have calculated for the sales. So you can do a lot of calculations here, and as you can see, what I've done here, I have not written a single code.
Hello, sir. You're muted, please.
Yes, give him a little while. He's trying to fix something, please.
Hello, please confirm that you can hear me, please. Hello.
Yes, we can. Yes,
Loud
yes,
and
we
We
clear.
can.
can hear you.
Oh,
Yes. Yes, we can.
all right. All right. So here we have the sales has been calculated. So you can do a lot of calculation here. And as you can see right from the beginning where I started from, I've not written any single code. So all these transformation that I'm doing here, look at those transformation that has taken place. There is a back end where Power BI is writing the code automatically, and then the language that Power BI uses is called the mashup language. Okay, the M code, the M query. So for you to see that, you come to view. Under view, you will see the advanced query editor. There you'll be able to see, look at the codes. These are the codes that has been written at the back end. Okay, so there are some people that may want to understand the code. So through the advanced query editor, you can be able to even do some manipulations from here. But I wouldn't want to bother us with that. Just for you to understand that those transformations we have carried out, this is a code that has been written on the back end. All right. So once I'm done with my cleaning, the next thing I will do, I will come back to home and then perform the last part of the ETL, which is load. Choose any of these. Now let me explain these three for us. Now the first one is close and apply. Close and apply means I have do some cleaning, and then there are some steps that I have actually carried out. Now those steps that I've carried out, please close Power Query and apply it. Okay, but if you are choosing apply, it will apply it and still remain on Power Query. But if you click on close, it means that every steps that I've already carried out, I don't want it. I want to throw it out, and I want to leave. I don't want to remain on Power Query. So the first one is the one I will choose. Close Power Query and apply all my steps. So I'm clicking that right now. So it's applying those changes. All right. So it's applying the changes. So it's loading it's loading my data set straight. So it has done loading. So like I said the other time, that by the right hand side here, any data you have loaded will come out by the right hand side. You see all your fields. Okay, so these are the fields that we have worked upon, and we are ready in order to build our report. So like I said, these are the three views. If I want to see my data, I can come here to the data view, where I can see my data. Can you see that? So this is the table. So if I'm done with the cleaning and I want this same table on Microsoft Excel, all I just need to do is to right click on the table. Okay, right click on it and then say copy table. Go to Microsoft Excel and paste. All right, so that is how you do that. And if we may want to do call modeling, you come to the model view. Under the model view, you can do a lot of things like synonym. You can create relationships. You can even do what we call data categorization. How do you do data categorization? Let's take, for example, here we're having a data set that has to do with state. And I want Power BI to recognize it as a location, okay? So what I will do is I will categorize it. How do I categorize? I will click on it while I am on the data view. By the side here, you will see properties, okay? Under the properties, please scroll down. Once you scroll down, you go to advanced. Under advanced, scroll down a little bit, you will see data category. All right. So under the data category, drop it down and then choose any of these. If your data set is the type that has longitude and latitude and you want to plot on the map, please just make sure you categorize that column that has the longitude as longitude and that one that has the latitude as latitude, so that when you are plotting on a graph, when you are plotting on a map, it will be showing it as a location on that map. But for here, I will want to choose the state or province. So once I click on that, it will quickly categorize that for me, so that it will be easier for me to use this as a location on my data set, on my visuals. So now let us now start building report and back to the report view. Now there are, like I said, that there are different visuals you can use to tell your story, different visuals, and these are the visuals of about 40 of them, and it is not limited to this. You can even go as far as getting more visuals online. Okay, but let us just make do with the visuals that we have. Okay, now the first report I want to build is, I want to see my channel. I want to see my sales. I want to see my sales by channel. I want to see my sales by channel. All right, so I will tick sales and then I will tick channel. So can you see that? So this is a report. So from here, I can see that supermarket has the highest, we rake in more sales from the supermarket, followed by the online, then followed by reseller, while catalog is the one doing list. Now let me add another page. Okay, this is another page. Let me build another report that says I want to see the promotion name. Can you see that? I want to see the promotion name by the sales by promotion name. But this time around, I want it to be in this format. Okay, so can you see that? So let me enlarge this on the canvas. Here, no discount is having the highest, but no discount is not a promotion name. Okay, this means that during this period there was no promotion, so we wouldn't want to include this. So if you must exclude it, come to that bar that you want to exclude, you right click on it and then you say exclude. All right, so it will exclude it, and then we have all the first one here is the Adventist promotion. It's giving us about 8 million. Okay, and then followed by winners promotion and the rest. So let me open another page also to make to do another report. This time around, I want to see the states. I want to see the states. I want to see my sales by state. Okay, so quickly it will build it on a map. Can you see that? Can you see that? It has quickly built that my report on a map for me. All right, so you can begin to build your report on and on. But meanwhile, during my introduction, I explained something that has to do with dashboard, the difference between dashboard and report. Okay, report is just a single one like this, just a single ties like this, because this is a ties now. Just a single ties like this is a report. Okay, now if I now say, okay, let me see the total sales. If you are reporting a single figure, please use card to report a single figure. Okay, so I'm clicking on card. I want to see the total sales. I will click on total sales, on sales. So this is the total sales. So I have added 2 reports on a single page. So what it means is that I'm beginning to build a what? A dashboard. Can you see that? So if you have more than 1 report on a single page, it is called a dashboard. And the best practice for a dashboard is at least don't have too much visuals on your dashboard. At least have 6 reports is okay on a single dashboard. So because of optimization purpose. Now you can also come here. Let me add another report. Let me see my sales by the channel. Okay, so we have this, but this time around I want it in a pie chart. Can you see that? So I love this. So this is coming like a pie chart. Okay, so another one, let me build another report that has to do with by year. Okay, but this time around let me add it in a different page. Okay, let me say sales by year. All right. Oh, beautiful. Please, can anyone have any sales from this report? What is your observation from this report that I've viewed now? This is report that has to do with sales by year. Here we have 2011, here we have 2012, here we have 2013, and here we have 2014. Can anybody tell me his or observation based on this report? No, any observation?
It shows that at 2011 we have low sale, while at 2012 the sales increase and it started dropping exponentially.
Thank you very much. Please help me to mute your mic. Okay. So you may happen to be in a midst of presentation and you see this kind of chart comes up. Somebody might be forced to ask you, why is it that we are having a decrease? Don't forget, during our explanation or our introduction yesterday, we talked about 5 types of analytics. 5 types of analytics. We talk about the descriptive analytics. We talk about the descriptive analytics. We talk about the diagnostic analytics. We talk about the prescriptive analytics. We talk about the predictive analytics, and then we talk about the cognitive analytics. So from here, you will see that there is a decrease. Somebody may ask you, why is there a decrease in 2013? We agree that, okay, we started the business in 2011 and there's an increase in 2012. But why is there a decrease when we are supposed to be having increase? Okay, so you don't need to stress yourself, and that is why and that is where Power BI comes to play. Okay, you don't need to stress yourself. All you just need to do is that bar that is having that question, come to that bar and right click on it. Once you right click on it, can you see this? This is called analyze. If you bring up the analyze, explain the decrease on your data set and then bring out the reason why there is a decrease from 2012 to 2013. Okay, so it's still loading. Right click, analyze, explain the decrease. Okay, can you see that? So Power BI is telling us here that here is the analysis of the 17.29% decrease in sales between 2019 and 2012 and 2013. The first analytics here is saying that the first explanation said that supermarket accounted for the majority of the decrease among channel. So what it means is that people are no longer going to the supermarket to buy again. People are no longer going to the store to buy again, and that is why there is decrease. Okay, and there is a chart here in order to explain that scenario for you. And then there are other. If you scroll down, you will see other explanation. Here they say by sales by year and product subcategory. Okay, so here they say that, and the explanation here say that camcorders, digital SLR cameras and projectors and screen accounted for the majority of the deals among product subcategory. Wow. So what this is telling us is that people are no longer buying cameras again. People are going for laptops, people are going for phones. Okay, so why am I stocking camcorders instead of me stocking those products that will increase my sales, rather than stocking those products that will reduce my sales? So if you want any of these charts that is here, if you want any of them, just click on the plus button here, so that you will have it as one of your charts to explain. Can you see that? So once you add it, it will be there. Okay, so let me reduce this and place it here, then reduce this. So at every point in time, you should be able to use that feature in Power BI that says explain the what, explain the decrease. If there is an increase and you want to know the reason why there is an increase, just go to that bar in question, right click on it and say, and tell it that explain the what, the increase. It will definitely explain and run a machine learning algorithm on your data set to tell you the reason why there is an increase, or the reason why there is a decrease. So back to page 3, where I have okay, is it page 2? Okay, all right. So we now begin to build some of this our report. Can you see that? So we have 1, we have 2. Okay, let me add like 2 more reports. Products. Let's see the states. Let me delete this. Want to see the state by the sales. Okay. So at the size, bring this here. All right. So let me add one more visual. Okay. Want to see the, okay, let us see this by the product name. Let us see product name by the sales. All right. So we have this, but I want this to be in a tree map. Another visual. This is called, okay. The top 5 product name by sales. So if I want to come to filters, under the product name, I will, under the basic filtering, I will come to N again. I will open up the product name, drop down the basic filtering, and then choose top N. Top N what? I want to see the top 5. Okay. Under the top 5, I will now bring in, it will now ask me by what value. I want to see it by the sales. Top 5 product name by sales. Once I do that, and then apply filter, it brings for me only the top 5. So these are the top 5. We have Kekule projector. We have the, okay, Kekule projector 108, Kekule projector white, we have the ProSware projector, we have the ProSware projector, and also we have the ProSware projector. So these are the product name that we are having. Okay, so let me now arrange this. Okay, let me arrange this. Let me bring this here, increase. Okay, so we have this here. All right. So let me reduce this. I'm trying to arrange my reports into one visual. Sorry, into one single page, which is the dashboard. All right. So once you are done with arranging your visual, so the next thing you may want to do is to format it. Okay. So formatting means to make it look more presentable. All right. So that is where you now begin to make it more beautiful visual. So I'm dropping. Let me go down. Come to the data label. All right. Can you see that the data label is on? So let me go to the heading, the title. Okay. So for the title, I want the title to be at the center. I want to put a background. Let me put a black background, and then add white text. Okay, I may even want to increase the text. Okay, so I'm okay with that. Okay, let me also add a border. Let me add border to it. Let me on the border, and if possibly add shadow. Can you see that? It's coming up. So once I'm done with this, so instead of me doing that for each of my visual, all I just need to do is to come to format painter while I'm at home tab, come to clipboard, format painter, then select the other visual I want to format. Can you see that? Let me come back here. I want to use the format that I already have here on every other one. So I will click on this, choose the format painter brush, then apply it here. Can you see that? I'll come back here again, pick this, and then add it here. Okay, I think this is not come up. Let me take it again. Pick this, pick the format, the brush, and then drop it on this. Thank you. So I will also do that for my map. No, choose it and then add it to the map. All right. So it seems I'm running out of time, but let me just see how we can publish this. So I may even want to add an header to my dashboard. Okay. So I will come here, insert. Under insert, I will choose the text box. Okay. So I'm calling this the sales reports. Sales reports. Let me increase the size to 20. I think I'm okay with this. Okay. Make it bold. I want to put this somewhere here. Put it here and then put it at the center. Okay. And then I may want to add my company logo to it. I will come to image, under image, come to downloads. There is Resolytics logo. Where are you? Here is Okay, this is the Resolytics logo. Let me reduce it a little and put it here. So all this I'm doing is to format it. All right, so I have this already. Okay, so my dashboard report is now ready. So the next I want to do is to publish this beautiful report to the web. But before I publish to the web, I will first of all save the report. Save. Let me call this sales reports. Once I save it, after saving, I can now publish to the web. So publishing it to the web is that I want to collaborate. So while publishing, I will choose my workspace and then click on select. So once I click on it, it will try to publish that dashboard that I have on my Power BI desktop, is publishing it to the web. So still publishing. So once it's done publishing, it will tell me that, okay, can you see that success? And if I want to view it on the web, I will just click on this button here, which says Open Sales Report in Power BI Web. I'll click on it and then it will go straight to the web for me and load out that same exact dashboard that I have on my Power BI desktop. So it's loading it for me. So at this juncture, I've already run out of time. If not, I would have explained one or two things here on the web service. So any question for me? Can you see that? That is the report that I have here on my desktop. I have it here on my desktop. Okay. I may even want to build what we call I may even want to build a mobile how it will show on a mobile phone. I will come to view on my Power BI desktop. While on view, you will see mobile layout. If you click on mobile layout, first of all, it will throw out all my report to the side. Then I will now begin to bring them in one after the other. So I want to bring in my report. I will now arrange it the way I want it to appear on a mobile phone. So I'm arranging the mobile view. All right, so I'm bringing in the logo. Okay, so there is no end to this. So I want to bring expand this, scroll down, bring in the next one. So you can arrange how it will appear on the mobile phone. All right, so you can finish a report and then you publish, and then you people will have access with it using their mobile phone. So arranging that's how we I'm arranging this on the map. All right, bring in the last one. Okay, this is nice. Can you see that? So that is how it will appear on a mobile phone. So once I'm done with the mobile layout, I will just click on the mobile layout again. It will take me back to my Power BI desktop. Thank you very much for your time. Any question based on what we have learned?
Yes, actually, I've had a little experience of Power BI before. So
Okay.
After importing the data from the spreadsheet and after cleansing the data using Power Query, I was wondering that we'll use the tables, then we'll create relationship between the tables which we created. But you just go directly and started visualizing. So to me, it's another experience. But I was thinking creating relationship with the table would have been easier.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let me see. Okay. So what actually happened was that the table I work with, I only have one table. Okay. Let me go to the model view. I only have one table. Supposing I have more than one table, let's say I have about 2 or 3 tables, I will have to do the relationship here. By default, Power BI will look at your tables and then create a relationship automatically for you using the fields. But because in this case, we are only working with one table, so there is no other table we want to relate a table with. Let's say, for example, you have your fact table, you have other dimensional tables, all right, that you are trying to work with. So with that, you can create relationships between those tables. But in this our case, for the sake of this demo, we only have just one table, all right, and that is what we have actually done today. So like I said, this is more or less like an introductory aspect, and that's why you see that we have to skip and jump a lot of things in order to ensure that we see how you can actually use Power BI to do some of those analytics. Let me quickly do one more analytics before I call in Sandra. Now, I may want to forecast, okay? If I want to forecast my sales, how do I do that? Still on my data set, I will come to the fields. Let me pick the sales, but this time around, I want to choose the date, the other date, okay? So this is my graph. So if I must forecast, I'm using the line chart, okay? So now that I've selected the line chart, I want it to be by days, okay? So I will come here, I will select the order date. Instead of the date hierarchy, I will select the order date, okay? So I will have something like this, all right? So now that I have something like this, so the next thing I will do is look at these 3 buttons here. The last one here is called what? Analytics. I will come to that button. Under the analytics, I will scroll down. The second to the last there is what we call forecast. So I will drop it down. Add a forecast. For me to add forecast, it will ask me the forecast length to be if I'm forecasting for let's say I want to forecast for the next 3 years. Three years in days will be 3 years multiplied by 365, which is about 1,000 plus. So let me just say, let me forecast for 1,000 days. Okay, so that is the point because these are my data points that I'm having here. So the next thing I want to do is don't bother about ignoring the last point. So let's leave that. Then the confidence interval, I want it to be around 95%. Let's see, use that. And then the seasonality, let me leave it at auto. Okay. And then I apply. So immediately I apply, this is my forecast. So it's telling me, okay, let me reduce my confidence interval to, let's say, 85%. So the lesser the confidence interval, the the lesser your upper band and your lower band. Can you see that? So this is the forecast for the next 3 years. Can you see that? So what it means is that by Friday, December 23rd of December 2016, we'll be having a sales of a sales of the forecast is 5 million 56,000. Okay, we'll be having a forecast of 56,000, and it means that we cannot have a sales higher than 173,000, and we cannot have a sales less than minus 61,000. So that is what this means, and that is how you can use Power BI in order to forecast. You can even add what we call a trend line to see the trend of the way things are going. So from my trend line, you can see that the trend line is having is sloping downward, meaning that our sales is not. Can you see that? And that is I'm diagnosing this data set to see that our sales is not actually doing well. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can actually do. You have a question before I have just 2 minutes. Questions?
Hello, sir.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the session. It's very eye-opening. While you were doing the map visualization feature, I was trying to follow as well, but my map didn't show. It was only showing a blank. I don't know if you can see my screen. A little. I just wanted to
Okay, let me unshare my screen so that you share your screen. Let me see.
No,
let me unshare my screen. I'm coming.
No. I'm using app. I'm using mobile app. I can't really. I wanted to see if I can.
Okay.
But I can't.
Okay. Let me just quickly tell you the reason why it is so. It is because your system is not connected to the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if your system is connected to the internet, it will pop out the. It will pop out the.
Okay.
Map for you. Connected to the internet. I hope that is fine.
Yes, sir. It is. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any more question before Sandra comes up? Any more question? So that is all we have for today. Though this is just a scratch, we just scratch Power BI, just try to touch some of the features. There are still more this that Power BI can do, and this course is from Microsoft Direct. Power BI is having about 30 modules, and it's having a professional exam that is called the 100 DA 100. So if you're able to go through that 30 modules, you will be ready to write that certification. Don't just, I used to tell people, don't just say that you are a data analyst, but ensure that you have something to show. You are able to you have a certification in order to prove that you are that you actually know what you are doing. So at this point, I will hand over to Sandra. Hello, Sandra. Hello, is Sandra on the call?
Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Chiputem. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
All right.
We
Thank you
can
so much
hear
for
you.
the session. It was
Hello.
an amazing one. We ended up not coming to the close. of your lecture by 8:30 again because it was power packed. Thank you so much. We appreciate. Okay, so the remaining of the 14 minutes, okay, 13 minutes now is just for further announcements as I made at the beginning of the class, at the beginning of the session rather. Pardon I keep saying class, I teach. All right, so please do not forget to get on the WhatsApp group of Resolytics, on the Telegram group of Resolytics, and to respond to their mail one way or the other. So we have your email address, okay, on our record, and then to further expand and broaden your knowledge about data analysis um, um, on Power BI, on Microsoft BI rather. Please, please stay tuned to Resolytics as we take more extensive and more advanced classes, more extensive and more advanced programs with KM packages. Also, we have a cohort coming up in January. This announcement will be further buttressed on um, tomorrow at the end of the session. You may not be having to hear my voice at the end of the session tomorrow. We'll have another moderator tomorrow. So please, we'll be having another cohort on data analytics, um, entrepreneurship, and freelancing on Upwork. Freelancing on Upwork, entrepreneurship, and data analytics. So thank you all so much for sticking to the class. We will be sending you mails of links to get the recorded version of this session that was held. We have the link for yesterday's session already, but we're yet to share that because I announced that you'll be getting those links at the end of the session, being tomorrow. Okay, unfailingly Sunday. Say our team is busy tomorrow or something. So unfailingly on Sunday, you'll be getting links via your mails of the classes. So thank you all so much. We a big thank you to Resolytics and the team in the background that most people do not see the face of, and for everyone that made this session possible, especially to be free for all of the attendees. So I'm going to say a very big good night to everybody. And a special thank you to Mr. Chukute Mosai. You've made these sessions wonderfully interesting and amazing. I did not get bored at any point in today's class. So thank you so much and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very
Thank you very
much.
much. The session was very powerful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Osai. That was great.
Thank you very much. That was a great one.
Thank you. All right. Thank you guys for your feedback. So by tomorrow, we'll be sharing the feedback form where you can also give your feedback based on today's section. And I tell you, tomorrow is going to also be a power packed section as well. So we're bringing in someone who is well known in the industry that will be taking tomorrow's section. So just get yourself prepared and see you tomorrow. Take care. Good night, guys.
Good night. Thanks.
Good night.